I appreciate your time and effort. I appreciate your commitment to yourselves and your community by bringing yourself here. My name is Christopher Dukes, and I'm the proud co-founder and president of American Justice Project, which is one of the newer kids on the block that most people don't know about. American Justice Project was born out of a couple of social injustice issues, namely my own, as well as another co-founder who have both been individuals who were chastised, humiliated, belittled, dehumanized through our criminal justice system. We talk about hate groups quite often. However, there is this reluctancy to talk about what has been notoriously one of the biggest hate groups amongst us. And it's because we are bred through elementary school, throughout, that people who wear certain color uniforms are always the good guys. And folks, that is just not accurate. And I can speak that. I am a devout Christian, and so I feel comfortable in church being able to say that we have a virus in this country. We have a virus in this country that infects everyone. You may go through your entire life, you may go through age 1 through 40 without ever experiencing the flu. And yet and still, your neighbors could have died from the flu. The same holds true to the same virus. And I'll give you a couple of symptoms out there. There is a virus that infected a culture to such a degree that it allowed a 14-year-old boy by the name of Emmett Till to be asleep in his bed, to be awakened. If anyone's seen the movie, this image that I'm seeing here looking out the front door, if that door was locked, watching those pickup trucks pull up and the headlights shining under the door beyond midnight, I believe, and you're wondering, what's going to happen to me? What's going on? And on this side of the door, you're living with great fear that someone is coming into your home to kill you. Folks, that is a reality for people. That is a reality. We might say that was Emmett Till, that was back in the 50s, it was long ago. Folks, that virus is still here, it is still living well. That's the same virus that allowed Eric Gardner, who looked like me, to be choked out in the middle of the street. That is the same virus that allowed Breonna Taylor to lose her life. It is, did I just say? Yes, I did. Anyway, it is the same virus that allowed Philando Castile to be killed. And I have to tell you that I myself faced those same symptoms at one particular evening. And I know what it's like to see lights shining in through your house. And at the age of 46, having 2 sleeping children upstairs, unbeknownst to me that a fake 911 call is being made just 3 houses down by their mother, alleging the fact that I was intoxicated, I was violent, that I was homicidal, that I was suicidal. This happened right here in Connecticut. This is not Mississippi. This happened in 2018 in Hartford. And I saw lights shining through my kitchen doors and thinking, my God, what am I going to do? My children are here. What's going on? Ultimately, because I don't have a lot of time to share, is this, that my children and I were swatted that night. For those of you who are not familiar with swatting, it is to generate a fake call to draw a large emergency response with hopefully to inflict harm on the receiving end person. And that is unfortunately what had happened. The problem that I run into is that someone looks like me, gets branded on, there are automatic brands you already have on me. I am a big, black, bald, bearded, I say beautiful also because I'm a God, right? Big burly man, right? But because the virus tells you, you're supposed to be afraid of me. When you see me, you're supposed to clutch your pearls. You're supposed to hold your chest, your purse tighter. You're supposed to lock every door in your car, in your home, because the virus, the way it gets, instead of you getting a vaccine, you get infected with the knowledge that anybody who looks like me is not your brother, does not mean you well, and I'm dangerous. So already dealing with that, how do you get beyond that? Well, I can tell you the first thing I did after I called the police myself is I called my pastor. Because I knew the way I live my life, I need some prayer immediately. I need some advice as far as what should I do to respond to this. And when that didn't work, I went through the rest of my emergency plan. I need to show you things because I don't have time to explain all of them to you. How do you catch the government red-handed when they are determined to paint you as the next O.J. Simpson, the next whatever criminal that you want to use before? This is what the police department will do. They will even go as far to fabricate information if they can, as long as their story sticks, as long as they remove you from your home, your life, and so forth. Full disclosure, I worked day to day with police in a university setting as a university official in charge of campus discipline. And I don't have a problem with law enforcement. I do have a problem with corruption. And when that corruption can inflict the same virus that my family was infected with upon you, I need to do something about it. Because also I've learned over my lives, Ecclesiastes 3, we're in church, I'm going to tell you. Ecclesiastes 3 tells us there's a time for everything under the heavens. Everything on earth under the heavens. And I truly believe that that is something that applies to us. In the face of injustice, the book of James tells us, if you know that something's wrong, you were supposed to do something. So I'm going to use the remainder of my time just to show you, I missed that step, but it's on video. You see how smooth I am on my feet? Anyway, Chris did warn Wayne, but I forgot that warning. But I just need to show you a couple of items. So one of the things that I was showing, because I don't want you to take my word for it, because you were told, don't take a man's word for it, especially when you're talking about domestic violence. My ex claimed that she was duct taped, that I duct taped her and bound her hands and wrists. And when the state of Connecticut and the Hartford Police Department received the state lab results confirming that that was an absolute lie, because my DNA is eliminated from here. Mind you, this is my roll of duct tape. When I put that duct tape down 2 weeks beforehand, my DNA should be on the outside of whatever that last piece of tape is. And it was. But also, on that same piece of tape was my ex-wife's and some other unknown individual. In my opinion, I'm a civil rights investigator. My best bet, it's a Hartford police officer. But they won't test the police officers because they don't want to know the truth. They only wanted to hang my head on this. They received this test results on May 14th of 2019, a little more than a year from when I was arrested. Prior to getting this, I had already given them phone record analysis from my ex-wife's, well, she was still my wife at the time. Her and her boyfriend had over 18,000 phone communications, and I spelled that out, provided it to the state. The state wasn't happy because they're supposed to drop all my charges and arrest her immediately here. They didn't. They sent for a second set of DNA results. That was even more condemning. This second set of DNA results shows, anybody ever wrap a gift in here? Show of hands. Wrap a gift. When you touch that tape, you're automatically touching both sides of the tape, correct? In order to tear it. This test confirmed that even though my DNA was on one strip on the outside, it was nowhere on the second strip. So therefore, how could I even take the first strip off the roll without leaving DNA on the second roll? How can I bound someone with this strip of duct tape without getting a trace of DNA on the outside, but also on the inside? And then when they got the second set results some 5 months later, what they did was bury it. I didn't see these results. It's October 18th, 2019. I never saw them until October of 2020. The state, our people, when I tell you our people, I just got to be clear with it. This is Ned Lamont, Susan Bisowitz, John Larson, Rosa DeLaura, Yana Hayes, every member that we have, both senators that we have, they all know about this, folks. And they haven't done anything with it. They've used their political platform to keep this silent, which is why it's important for us to continue, and we did it twice, continue to do the work. The most significant thing was during the timing that this individual said that they were kidnapped, their phone records, everything in red, shows the phone communications with her boyfriend, the man that she was cheating on me with, during the time she was supposedly kidnapped. It doesn't get any better because DNA results, phone records and DNA results are not racist. They're not gender biased in any way. So when you get caught in the lie, there should be consequences. But folks, that virus is still alive and well. Through American justice, again, through my commitment, through the grace of God, I'm able to stand here before you. What has come through is instead of sitting back and having a pity party and settling back, we created American Justice for you. American Justice Project is for the community. It's for all of us. I'm asking folks to join an initiative that we have that's called COACH, Coalition Organized Against Chokeholds. The chokeholds that they had on me was they took my job of 22 years. They destroyed my image in the media. This was media, and they separated me from my children. The family court, despite seeing all this evidence, gave my ex-wife full sole custody of my 2 beautiful children. The woman who swatted us and the boyfriend who had the calls are living together in a home with my beautiful children. That is happening not in Mississippi in the 1950s, folks, right here, right now. But good news is on the way because the state Supreme Court has a hold of my case now, finally. And they should be rendering a decision. I mean, it's overdue right now. Justice is coming for us. I want you to get ready. I want you to remember that if you're not a Christian, I still pray for you and I love you. If you are a Christian, you need to know God is still on the throne. You need to know that God still fulfills his promises. You need to know that when God puts a Christian in front of a microphone who knows what he or she, however you see God, is mighty and God can do great things to just an average person who's been demeaned. So American Justice Project, I am here to help share more information with you all. I do have an electronic card that I can share with you. I hope that you are inspired to say, no more. Do not be like Ned Lamont and everyone else who tries to keep this quiet. Please continue to support not just us, because the reason why I share this story with you, it's not just us, folks. It's not just us. And may your children never have to experience the horrors that my children still have to at this moment in time. I wish you all well. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate it.